Alright guys, welcome to the channel. This video is going to be 3 things that the Hogwarts... Alright guys, and welcome to the channel. Today's video is going to be the 3 things that the Hogwarts Legacy community want to see in the game on release. Okay, so for this video, what we've done was we put some tweets out on the Twitter sphere, dotted them around the Hogwarts Legacy main Twitter, and put a couple of our own out with some Hogwarts Legacy hashtags, and basically asked the community what they would want to see whenever this game releases. And a couple of the most common answers are what we're going to be discussing just now. So the first one that we've seen come in a lot is we wanted to be able to explore the common rooms of the other houses that you never really got to see in the movies, like Hufflepuff and Ravenclaw, because they kind of dabbled in the Gryffindor one and dabbled in the Slytherin one, so you've seen bits from the Slytherin, but you've seen a lot of the Gryffindor, but you never really seen anything to do with Hufflepuff and Ravenclaw common rooms. So again, I thought that was a great idea.
Aye, really into that idea. I like the idea of it being a pretty unexplored territory in terms of like the castle and stuff as well, because like you said in the films, it was so heavily based on Gryffindor, and even the main story followed Slytherin so much, but it's just such a massive section missing completely because they kind of blew over it, apart from like basic kind of scenes. There wasn't much.
Yeah.
Anyway, Hufflepuff and Ravenclaw, not enough to make it like a mainstay into the films anyway, so that would be really cool.
Yeah. And I don't want to like lean into the whole multiplayer side of things, but I mean, if one of your pals was like a Hufflepuff and you were a Gryffindor, they could let you in. I mean, we talked about that in a previous video. We'll put a time card up here or over here, so you can go check that out if you want. But yeah, that'd be such a good way of doing it, and it'd just be something really cool that you'd be able to explore that and just you literally have nothing, no prior experience of. And that would be
nothing
pretty
to base
sick.
it on, so
Yeah.
just like a clean slate.
Yeah. Okay, moving on to the next one.
So point number 2, somebody tweeted it was a huge explorable world, an engaging story with choices that really matter, and Quidditch and potion mini games. The huge explorable world is a definite. That needs to happen.
Yeah.
The whole everything that goes into it needs to be massive to really like immerse you into it. Like the open world feel, it has to be huge. Engaging story with choices that really matter. I love the idea of the story kind of adapting to the way you're playing.
Definitely.
Especially since you're supposed to be a student, you make a lot of choices. The choices should have an effect. So if you're a student, the choices that you make definitely should affect the way the story plays out. And Quidditch and potion minigames, that kind of ties in with engaging the story with choices that actually matter, because if you choose to do Quidditch, I don't want it to be a minigame, but I would love to be able to pick Quidditch as like an actual part of your story if you wanted to like go full out and really treat Quidditch like a part of the game. That would be unbelievable.
Yeah, definitely. I don't want it to be treated like a mini game. I want it to be given the same kind of like fleshed out. That's the word I was looking for.
Aye.
To actually have it like completely fleshed out, where it's not just jump in and like fly around a couple of rings a couple of times for practice and then games are simulated. I actually want it to be engaging and actual fun, and not like, oh shit, I need to go do a fly around the Quidditch course a couple of times for some points or something like that, because it is such a big thing in the actual like books and the movies, so it feels like it deserves more than a tiny mini game.
I definitely don't want it to feel like an arcade game, like a tiny side portion of the game. Like I would love to have Quidditch be such a massive part to the point where like your stats would go up on your character depending on how much sport you've done. I suppose it is a sport, because it is.
Yeah.
If you've done that, you can put up certain XP points into certain skill trees, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That actually means something. That's a big part of the game that contributes to your character's kind of like growth through the story.
Yeah. Definitely.
I mean,
Okay. Right, moving on to the next point. The third thing would be an actual meaningful companion system. There's nothing worse. I mean, like, I hate using Skyrim as an example because it's such a good game, but the companion system in that was pretty rough, and it just felt like you're carrying around deed weight with you anytime you chose to take a companion with you. So to actually have NPCs that actually have some thought put in behind them, and like you've been saying, Nick, you don't want them to feel like a line of code that you're walking about with.
Definitely, because if the game's going to go the way the game looks like it's going to go, but it's just purely single player, no multiplayer, then they're going to need to do something pretty amazing with the NPCs and the people that you interact with in the game to make it feel more than just talking to like an empty kind of canvas. It's just going to be, you're just talking to a line of code. It's just there to move the story along. But you actually, if they could make it, when you interact with people, you can actually because you're a student, so you want to make pals and you want to go through the things and meet people that you want to take with you. And like you said, Skyrim's amazing, but at times it did feel as if you were just dragging the person from quest to quest with you. Yeah. Even the side quests,
with no benefit.
Just baggage you were just dragging about, and there was no really any point to you didn't get in for it other than you would complete that thing and it was just a must that they had to be there type thing. So if it was people you could engage with and it actually gave you some sort of benefit, that would be brilliant.
Yeah, and main thing is as long as they're not a hindrance, like constantly like dying and you can't move on without like raising them or getting them up or whatever it may be. But yeah, so that's the 3 points.
So that was 3 of the most common things that the community wanted to see in Hogwarts Legacy. If there's anything that you think should have been on this list and didn't make it to the list, then just leave a comment down below or tweet it at us, send us a DM on Instagram. Everything is in the description below. If you like the video, like it. If you want to see more, subscribe, and hopefully see you in the next one.
Yep.
Bye.
Catchies.